all those patients whom you have examined throughout your clinical course, without whom you would have developed clinical skills at all. Fifth group is very familiar to you. It is your own group, your own classmates, your own set of 73 students who are graduating today, plus 27 postgraduate students. You are all from different cultural background. You have come from different geographical background. But it was destiny that brought you to this place, to a place which stands as a place of highest quality, assurance of quality, a place where a culture is assured, a place where a tradition is assured, a place where discipline is ensured, and that is Father Muller's Medical College and Hospital. I'm sure all of you are proud to be a group of this institution. A round of applause to your own institution, to your own group. Okay. I just now mentioned that destiny has brought you all together, but it is up to you to maintain that togetherness. And today's, with the world of digital era, with the internet, with WhatsApp and whatnot, it's so easy to maintain that group together. I hope all of you have a common group, be together always, learn from each other. I'm sure what you cannot confide in your parents or in your brothers, sisters, you always have the opportunity to confide in your friends. You can get solutions from them, you can get a lot of help, maybe professionally, maybe personally. So that group, gelling together and maintaining that group should always be there. And I hope that is what all that togetherness is meant. You are all strangers 5.5 years ago, and today you have become almost a family. A round of applause for your own group. Thank you. I made you clap repeatedly for two reasons. One, I wanted to ensure all of you will be awake. And secondly, clapping is very healthy. When you clap, a lot of pressure points are stimulated and endorphins are released in the body that makes you happy. You clap only when you are happy, or otherwise, I made you happy by clapping. So, both ways. Thank you. Standing here as Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, I would like to thank you for one more opportunity that you have given me. It's a very rare opportunity which nobody else has got so far in the history of Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. If you go back and check in your room, most of your marks cards are signed by me as registrar evaluation. And in the future, your degree certificate will also be signed by me. This is a very unique distinction that batch of 2013 has given me. I'm so thankful to you. Homeopathic medical education and medical education in general across India is seeing a lot of sea of changes. What Charaka and Sushruta were to Ayurveda, what Hippocrates was to modern medicine, Samuel Hahnemann is the father of homeopathy. I know homeopathy had its origin in Greece and then spread across to almost all the parts of the world. I'm proud to say homeopathy has survived, has been prospering and growing in India. India is the bowl of homeopathy today. The largest number of homeopathic students are produced in India. Differences between different systems of medicine, be it modern medicine or homeopathy or Ayurveda or Unani or even Siddha for that matter. Each country has got its own traditional medicine like Chinese medicine, Tibetan medicines and whatnot. But each of them have stood the test of time. There are good aspects in each of the system. And of course, we have to also acknowledge the fact that each system has got its own limitation. I feel, as a Vice Chancellor of our university, we have also taken up this fact and we have been discussing in various forums in the university, in Board of Studies, Academic Council, faculty and other things, that now is the time for integration of all these medicines. Ultimately, all of us are doctors. Our aim is to treat patients. Our aim is to keep our population healthy, and in such case, we have to get together. There has to be no differences between us. There should be our way of approaching a patient is different, but integration can happen at the level of treatment of patient. I can give you one good example. I keep quoting this wherever I go. You must be aware of a disease called elephantiasis or filariasis. Elephantiasis is a huge elephant-like limbs that the patient develops, and it's more common in these coastal areas. So in Kasaragod, this institute is there. You can Google and see. Dr. Narahari has an Ayurvedic physician in his team, has a homeopathic person in his team, physician in his team, has a physiotherapist, and also modern allopathic doctors are there. They have designed a treatment which will take care of this elephantiasis. A patient who is weighing more than 100 kgs, cannot walk, has to be lifted and brought to the clinic. Within a period of 4 to 6 weeks, after getting admitted there and undergoing the treatment, walks back. This is a miracle happening right in front of us. Not one system of medicine can achieve this. It is the combination and integration which has made it possible. They are giving new life to all those patients with filariasis. This is happening. Kindly go through the Google see. This is what I call. There are so many diseases that we have, modern medicine or even any system of medicine has not conquered. We need to find medicines. There are so many ample opportunities for us to find drugs for all the existing diseases. Who knows, in the days to come there may be new diseases that may be added. So we have, as doctors, a role to play in integrating and giving the best to our patients, right? So that is what I think would be the agenda for even the university. Probably we are also encouraging a lot of research. You heard Dr. Shiv Prasad reading out many faculty members being given grants from Rajiv Gandhi University to conduct research. They have been selected to undergo training in nanoparticles. They also got, even for that matter, for the first time, after I have taken over, I have introduced research for undergraduate students also. Now we are going to give research grants for undergraduate students, and I think 6 projects have been submitted by UG students. That's a good sign. To encourage students to come up academically, the number of gold medals were increased this time. More than 40 gold medals were increased, and each system, each year, each course has been given gold medal, which I thought the topper in each course and each year should always get a gold medal in the university at least. So that was instituted. We also instituted scholarship for students. Poor and meritorious students in each faculty, to the extent of 25 to 50,000, will be given scholarship per year. So this is another initiative for the students. So a lot of initiatives are being taken up by the university for the betterment of students and for the upliftment of faculty also. A very massive program to train the faculty members at different levels for professors, associate professors and assistant professors at different levels. Faculty training is being organized at different locations. Recently there was one in Mangalore also, it was held, and such programs will be held till all the 25,000 faculty members in the university will be trained. So in both teaching methodologies and also in research methodologies. So these are the future plans that Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences has got to foster an academic culture, to foster a research culture. This is what is needed in the present thing. We are also looking at integrating research also, clinical research, basic research, translational research, collaborative research. All these are being now contemplated, and I appeal to all the faculty members to make best use of the opportunities that the university is providing. Students, all of you have graduated today. You are all raring to go. You added 6 letters to your name. 2 letters before your name, DR, and 4 letters after your name, BHMS. So that is going to be there with you for life. Dr. So-and-so, BHMS. This degree has not been given just like that. I know you are all have toiled for it, you have earned that degree. But the reason exact and the most important reason why that you have been permitted to add doctor in front of your name and 4 letters after your name is to remind you always that you have some responsibilities and duties to perform. You have become doctors, now you are going out into the society, you will start treating patients. All these years, you are in the confines of a college, medical college. You are under the watchful eyes of the teachers, of your faculty members. You could make mistakes. You are permitted to make mistakes so that you can learn. A mistake is always the best teacher. If you make a mistake, you will remember it for life when you correct yourself. That is what you are allowed to make mistakes, and you have done that and you become graduates now. Now once you step out, the society will not accept your mistakes. No more. Now you have been granted a degree, you are expected to know everything. So first of all, I want you to equip yourself with some important values in life which will make you good doctors. A doctor is expected to have some principles in life, certain values in life, and which is recognized by patients. First of all, a doctor has to be aware, he has to be knowledgeable, he has to be updated. So your duty is to keep learning, keep reading, keep updating yourself. The day you stop reading, the day you think you know everything, that is the end of it. Why? Because the medical field is such a field which is a dynamic field, it keeps changing. What Hahnemann wrote 2 centuries ago is not relevant, may not be relevant. All that what he wrote may not be relevant. Even homeopathy has undergone changes. Over the period of 2 centuries, you are adapted to new diagnostic methods. You are adapted to new therapeutic methods. The basic principle may be there, but this change is always what makes the system to become more stable and survive. And that is what is there. So you also should keep changing. You should adapt to the needs of the society. You should adapt to the needs of the time. So keep reading. Be aware. Patients expect you to know because they don't know anything about health. They come to you because they believe that you know something. So that belief, that trust, you have to maintain. You have just now taken the oath of, oath. It mentions very clearly all these points there. Second important thing is, you have to be ethical. A doctor is expected to be ethical. Forget about what others do. Don't expect everybody else to be ethical in the world. You cannot change the whole world. You be ethical. You want to bring any change in the world, first you will learn to be ethical. You are expected to be that. And I know it's very difficult initially, but when you start practicing that, name, fame, money, all these follow. They are the byproducts of being good, being ethical. There are no shortcuts for earning these things in life. They are written and always there. They do come to you. That is name, fame, and money. Once you start doing your work sincerely. So be ethical. Third thing is expected of you is you have to be punctual. A doctor is expected to be punctual. You cannot make your patients wait unless it's for a good reason. You are held up somewhere else with another patient. You cannot expect them to wait for you. You should also respect the time of the patient. The patients also take time off their busy schedule and then come and try to meet you. You have to respect their time. So always be punctual. It has been proved beyond doubt that a successful doctor is a doctor who has been punctual, not his knowledge, not his skills. A doctor who is punctual, who is always available, is most successful doctor in private practice. You have to be a good listener. Always make the patient comfortable, make him sit in front of you, and then listen to the patient. You should not talk more than what the patient needs. You should not be the person who is engaged in the conversation. You should be a good listener because patients want to talk. At home, wife, children, mother-in-law, whoever it is, they wouldn't have listened to their worries at all. They wouldn't have listened to their sorrows. They want somebody to come and express their agony. They want to come and express their anxiety. So it is the doctors who are the shock absorbers. You have to listen to them. There are two advantages. One, You are letting the patient, come out with their emotions. Secondly, many times the patient himself gives you the diagnosis. By the way, when you are keenly observing the way he's presenting, you can diagnose many diseases. So allow the patient to talk. Be a good listener. Fourthly, to be a successful practitioner, you also have to have a research bent of mind. You may think, how I can contribute to the society, how I can contribute to the subject that I have taken up. Whatever field you may select, you can always contribute to the subject in your own sphere of life. Whatever you do, you try to do in a better way. What has been taught to you, if you can improvise that, that is research. You can contribute to the subject by improvising what you have already been doing. If a surgical procedure is done in 10 steps, if you can bring it down to 8 steps, that is research. These are simple things in life. So being in your own clinic, you can always contribute much to the subject. So always keep in mind and seek an opportunity to contribute something back to society. That is how the subject grows, that is how you can grow, and that is how the patient also benefit. So keep that in mind. And fourthly, all of you are now in digital era. You cannot escape. I'm sure all of you who have graduated today have got mobile phones with you. Isn't it? It's become so inevitable. You cannot live without mobile phone. Similarly, in the future in your practice, you cannot distance away from artificial intelligence. You cannot distance away from big data. You cannot distance away from Internet of Things. These are all the future. The gadgets will be there. They'll be there to help you out to diagnose and treat patients. So be aware. You have to be abreast of these things. And you'll be using lasers. You will be using so many other gadgets in your future life, which will be helpful in your diagnosis and treatment also. If you are aware of using a mobile phone, using any gadget for that matter is very easy. So this is what is the future, which all of us who have graduated earlier did not have that opportunity. We were in the era when there was no TV, no mobile phones, and no internet or anything like that. So things keep changing. That's what I meant, and you have to be aware of that. Above all, a doctor should be a role model in society. People look at you they'll be observing your mannerisms, they'll be observing your way you speak, they'll be looking at you always and then trying to absorb how you talk to them and things like that. So be a role model, be a person who can soothe the anxiety and agony of the patients. And the best advice I can give you is, when you get dressed up in the morning, the first thing that you need to wear is not the stethoscope. It is a smile on your face. All of you have to wear a smile on your face in the morning, and that smile you have to carry till the end of the day. A smile on your face will be reassuring to the patient. A smile on your face will establish a good rapport with the patient. A smile on your face will help patients get relief. So that thing itself conveys a lot of words. So please, along with your oath today, I wish all of you have taken an oath that I'll keep smiling throughout my life. That is what is the important message you should have. I'm sure each one of you will be looking for establishing a career. Some of you may settle down with practice. A few of you may take up post-graduation. A further few of you may take up teaching profession. Some of you may become entrepreneurs. You can start your own pharmaceutical industry. You can become a brand in the society. You can also get into so many fields. The field is open now. But whatever field you take up, I would advise you to reach the top. Because each one of you are endowed with talents. Each one of you are different. You can turn to the left and the right and see the person sitting next to you. They are different. You are not supposed to be equal. So God has made you different. Each one of you are unique. Maintain that uniqueness and don't compare yourself to others. The problem starts when you start comparing yourself with others. You should not compare. You are a unique person. You can achieve whatever you want. Sky is the limit. Always remember, God gives you equal opportunities for everybody. It is only we don't make use of the opportunities. So opportunities are there. Sky is the limit. Whatever field you select, you can always achieve the best. 40 years ago, I selected dermatology, which was not a field which was not even thought of as an important field. But I could achieve so much in dermatology. That is what I want to give a message. You have to achieve, persist in working, always dream. When I mean dream, not the dream what you get after going to sleep. You should be daydreaming. Daydreaming, try to achieve, and above all, don't ever let negative thoughts get into your mind. Don't ever feel inferior. Don't ever feel that you cannot achieve. Always, I conclude by saying that whatever may be your blood group, some of you may be A positive, some of you may be A negative, AB negative, whatever in O negative. But in life, always be positive. If you're be positive, then you can achieve anything in life. Sky is the limit. I wish you all good luck in your career, and I hope down the line all of you will be good doctors, good citizens, and above all good human beings. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and thoughtful message. It is time for the graduates' response. On behalf of the graduates, I request Dr. Wafa Zainab to give the graduates' response and express her sentiments and gratitude.
Most Reverend Dr. Peter Paul Saldana, Bishop of Mangalore Diocese and President of Father Mullah Charitable Institution, Dr. S. Sachidanand, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science, Karnataka, and Chief Guest of the Day, Reverend Father Richard Coelho, Director, Father Mullah Charitable Institution, Reverend Father Vincent Saldana, Administrator, Father Mullah Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, Reverend Father Sylvester Lobo, Assistant Administrator, Father Mullah Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, Dr. Shiv Prasad K, Principal, Dr. E.S.J. Prabhukiran, Vice Principal, Reverend Fathers in the Management, Governing Body Members, Dean, Principals, Faculty Members of other educational units of Father Mullah Charitable Institution, our own teachers, postgraduates, students of all batches, media members, parents of the graduates, and the proud graduates. Good evening to one and all. Today, I stand here before you with an array of emotions. Joyfulness as I stand in front of this august gathering, happiness of getting graduated, and excitement of stepping into new life. First of all, I would like to congratulate all my colleagues here, including myself, for graduating and securing a degree in BHMS. It is said, every end has a new beginning. Today might be the last day for some of us as students, but I believe our learning will actually start from today as we head into a new profession, a profession as dutiful and responsible doctors. From now on, being a doctor will be a central part of who we are, and over time, the most important part of our lives. Graduation is the time where we imagine of our future and the world to come. When we think of the road ahead, it is better to gain the perspective by looking back to where we have begun once. As I walk back in the lane of memories that took its birth on 4th September 2013, I find 73 unrefined cores and unworked buds that were waiting to bloom. Today, as I stand in front of you, I can proudly say that this institution has polished, refined, and molded us to become the sophisticated and responsible citizen and homeopath who can fight all odds of life. We wholeheartedly dedicate this entire journey of ours to this management and to our prestigious teachers who have taken the pain, effort, and have given every one of us their due attention all throughout. A sincere thank you on behalf of my whole batch. In these years, we have met strangers who became our best friends. We met teachers who became our mentors. And we met patients who became our teachers. I can say, or rather we can say, it was overall a thoroughly evolving experience. It was a metamorphosis. This journey has created difference in the lives of ours as well as our families. Punctuality, dedication, responsibility, commitment, leadership qualities, and compassion towards every work that we do are few of the virtues that we are taking home this time, which will be nourished all throughout our lives. We are highly indebted to our parents who facilitated us to choose this profession and this institution who is completely dedicated to the patient care. It's time for us to spread our wings and fly. Fly, for the world awaits us, where we carry on with us the legacy of Father Muller, the honor of being a homeopath. I would like to thank the management for giving me this opportunity to express few of 1,000 words that is going on through my heart. At the end of this voyage, I would like to say something to my fellow graduates. Let's get comfortable being uncomfortable. God knows we might just get surprised where life takes us. We have had our time of our lives in this place, but now the page has to be turned. So friends, let's end this chapter with a new and energetic beginning. Wishing you all a bright future ahead. Thank you one and all, and have a pleasant evening.
Thank you, Dr. Wafa Zainab. It is now time to honor our meritorious students whose academic performance has been outstanding. I now kindly request Dr. Vilma Mira D'Souza, Coordinator, Graduation Committee 2019, to present the awardees and best outgoing students. I kindly request His Excellency, Most Reverend Dr. Peter Paul Saldanha, the Bishop of Mangalore Diocese and President of Father Muller Charitable Institutions, to present these awards.
Good afternoon, everyone. I take immense pride in announcing the list of the meritorious students of Father Muller's Homeopathic Medical College. At Father Muller Charitable Institutions, we have numerous academic prizes awarded to the deserving students. For the highest marks secured in the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science Examination 2018, the awardees are: in first BHMS, Father Muller Charitable Institutions Prize for obtaining first highest rank goes to Miss Jiddu Sai Akhila. Second highest marks goes to Miss Ashwati Dinesh. She has also secured the highest marks in the subject of human anatomy, sponsored by Mr. Noel and Mrs. Vivian Serravo and family. Prize for obtaining highest marks in the subject of physiology and biochemistry, sponsored by Mr. Noel and Mrs. Vivian Serravo and family, goes to Miss Steffi Varghese. Prize for obtaining highest marks in the subject of pharmacy, sponsored by Mr. Noel and Mrs. Vivian Serravo and family, goes to Miss Ashmita Alicia Kaur. In second BHMS, Father Muller's Charitable Institution Prize for obtaining first highest marks goes to Mr. Sudhir K. and Miss Ria Grace Devasia. Miss Grace Devasia has also obtained highest marks in the subject of pathology and microbiology, sponsored by Dr. G.S. Johar, UK. Second highest marks goes to Miss Ashrita B.A. Prize for obtaining highest marks in the subject of forensic medicine and toxicology, sponsored by Dr. Madonna Joseph, HOD, Forensic Medicine and Toxicology, in memory of late Miss Teresia George, Reverend Father Peter S. Norona and Mrs. Sudha M. goes to Miss Elizabeth Thomas. In third year BHMS 2014 batch, Father Muller Charitable Institution Prize for obtaining first highest marks in Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science examination of February 2018 goes to Miss Ria Susan George. She has also obtained highest marks in the subject of surgery in the university examination February 2018, sponsored by Dr. Rita Chakrabarti, HOD of Department of Repertory, in the memory of late Dr. Pranabananda Chakrabarti. Second highest marks goes to Miss Maria Shaju. In third BHMS 2015 batch, Father Mullah Charitable Institution Prize for obtaining first highest marks in the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science examination of September 2018 goes to Miss Dania P. Johnson. She has also obtained highest marks in the subject of surgery, sponsored by Dr. Rita Chakrabarti, HOD, Department of Repertory, in the memory of late Dr. Pranabananda Chakrabarti. Second highest marks goes to Miss Joanna Arvin. Prize for obtaining highest marks in the subject of obstetrics and gynecology, sponsored by Dr. Vilma D'Souza, HOD of Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, goes to Dr. Devika V. Menon. In fourth BHMS, Father Mullah Charitable Institution Prize for obtaining first highest marks in Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science examination of February 2018 goes to Dr. Wafa Zainab. She also obtained highest marks in the subject of practice of medicine, sponsored by Mrs. Sudha M. and Mr. R. W. Khanna. Also prize for obtaining 4 years aggregate highest marks in Organon of Medicine and Homeopathic Philosophy in University examination, sponsored by Dr. Shiv Prasad K., Principal, in the honor of his parents, late Sri K. R. Suvarna and Mrs. Sabita R. Suvarna. Second highest marks goes to Dr. Bijita Mandal BG. She also obtained the highest marks in the subject of repertory, sponsored by Mrs. Elsie and Mr. Tony Mascarenas and the students of 1998 and 99 batch. Prize for obtaining highest marks in the subject of community medicine, sponsored by the students of 2001 millennium batch and the students of 2002 batch, goes to Dr. Archana Unikrishnan. Prize for obtaining 4 years aggregate highest marks in Metra Medica in University examination, sponsored by the students of 2003 batch, Mr. Arun Fernandez and Mrs. Gladys Pinto, goes to Dr. M. Vishnuvardhan Reddy. Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science ranks. With immense joy, I am proud to announce that the Father Mullah's Homeopathic Medical College has secured the following 6 ranks among 10 ranks declared by the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science, Karnataka for the overall BHMS examinations conducted from December 2014 to February 2018 and MD in Homeopathy examination held in September 2018. Father Mullah Charitable Institution is proud to felicitate the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science rank holders. 9th rank secured by Dr. Safa Aishaq. 8th rank secured by Dr. Archana Unikrishnan. 7th rank secured by Dr. Alina Thomas. 3rd rank secured by Dr. Wafa Zainab. 2nd rank secured by Dr. M. Vishnuvardhan Reddy. And 1st rank secured by Dr. Bijita Mandal BG. In the postgraduate batch 2015-16, Dr. Raisa Cherian awarded the 1st rank in Homeopathic Materia Medica. Dr. T. Bhuvan awarded the 1st rank in Homeopathic Pharmacy. Dr. Hitesh S. Somani awarded the first rank in psychiatry. Dr. Skandan S. Kumar awarded the first rank in Organon of Medicine and Homeopathic Philosophy. Dr. K. Mukambika awarded the second rank in Organon of Medicine and Homeopathic Philosophy. And Dr. Vimal Saju awarded the second rank in Pediatric. Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science Gold Medal awardees. Father Muller Homeopathic Medical College has secured 4 gold medals in the overall BHMS examinations conducted by the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Karnataka from December 2013 to February 2017. Father Muller Charitable Institution is proud to felicitate the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science Gold Medal awardees. Dr. Ansi George is awarded the gold medal for the highest marks in first year BHMS examination. Dr. Nandini JD is awarded the gold medal for the overall highest marks in the BHMS course and for the highest marks in the final year BHMS examination. Dr. Maria Johnson is awarded the gold medal for the highest marks in final BHMS in the subject of Materia Medica. Father Muller Charitable Institution is proud to felicitate the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science Gold Medal awardees in MD in Homeopathy examination held in 2018 September. Dr. Skandan S. Kumar is awarded the gold medal for the highest marks in Organon of Medicine and Homeopathic Philosophy. Dr. Raisa Chirian is awarded the gold medal for the highest marks in Homeopathic Materia Medica. Now, coming to the most awaited moment, the announcement of the best outgoing student from the undergraduate 2013 batch and postgraduate 2015-16 batch. From the postgraduate, the best outgoing Dr. Sumod Jacob Solemn Award, sponsored by the 6th batch of Mullerian, goes to Dr. Skandan S. Kumar. And for the first time, President of Father Muller's Charitable Institution has instituted President's Gold Medal for the best outgoing undergraduate student of Father Muller Homeopathic Medical College. May I now request the Bishop to honor the President's Gold Medalist. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to join His Lordship for the awarding President's Gold Medal. The President's Gold Medal Award for the best outgoing student goes to Dr. Alina Thomas.
Thank you, Your Lordship. Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to all the awardees. Continue to achieve laurels in the years to come and be role models for your juniors. On this day, we are very grateful to our chief guest, Dr. S. Sachidanand, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Karnataka, who has taken time off from his busy schedule to grace this occasion. As a token of our love and gratitude, may I kindly request our Bishop, Most Reverend Dr. Peter Paul Saldana, President of Father Muller Charitable Institutions, to honor and present a memento to our chief guest, Dr. S. Sachidanand.
Thank you, Your Lordship. We are also honored to have the presence of our dear Bishop.
I am really humbled by the felicitations. Thank you so much. But I feel the persons who have to be really felicitated today is the graduates. I request all the parents who have come here from far and wide to clap for your children for the accomplishment they have done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We are also honored to have the presence of our dear Bishop, His Excellency Most Reverend Dr. Peter Paul Saldanha, President of Father Muller Charitable Institutions, to grace this occasion today. To present a memento to express our love and affection, I kindly request our Director, Reverend Father Richard Coelho, to do the honors.
Thank you, Father. May I kindly request His Excellency, Most Reverend Dr. Peter Paul Saldanha, the Bishop of Mangalore Diocese and President of Father Muller Charitable Institution, to give the presidential address.
Honorable Dr. S. Sachidanand, Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Karnataka, the Chief Guest of the Day, Reverend Father Richard Coelho, the Director, FMCI, Reverend Father Vincent Saldanha, Administrator of the Homeopathic Wing of FMCI, Reverend Father Sylvester Lobo, the Assistant Administrator, Dr. Shiv Prasad, the Principal, Dr. Prabhu Kiran, the Vice Principal, Dr. Girish Navada, Dr. Wilma, honorable guests, distinguished dignitaries of the days, parents, faculty members, governing body members, and my dear graduates and students. I'm immensely happy today, especially to witness this great ceremony, very honorable ceremony of graduation of nearly 100 of our students. It's a moment of celebration and achievement. Success stories are told, but behind the success story there are great trials and struggles. We may forget them, but then they on and off remind us of their presence. However, they opened for us a new future. And this day, dear neo-doctors, it's good to know how much you have done, how much you have put in as your efforts to come to this stage from 2013 up till this day. Knowledge is something that is imparted to us. Insight is given to us by God. But then when knowledge and insight and our efforts are combined with God. God is a creator, yes, but we are called to be co-creators of medicine, of healing, of that power till you really approach the people who come with discomfort and you comfort them. You help them to be healed. They come with a kind of a disease, a discomfort, lack of ease within themselves. But then they go back from you with lot of new hope. And your words everything counts, and they take all this as God's word from your mouth, and they go back home, do my difficulties. Thank you. Thereafter, someone told me that homeopathy has other very, very effective cures for warts. My sister had a lot of warts on her leg, and usually in the allopathic system they do the cauterization. But I decided to go for homeopathy and brought my sister here to Father Muller's. And within 15 days, all the warts vanished. So this is the testimony I bear for the efficacy of this medicine, that you have not labored in vain. You have some very effective techniques and medicines. You know how they are prepared. You know what are the sources of this medicine. You know the efficacy. And there are many other areas. Certainly, homeopathy is of great help. Recently, I read even the varicose veins has an effective remedy. I have not tried on myself. Perhaps I will in case it is necessary. And that shows homeopathy is bringing us new hopes. And as Dr. Sachidanand told us, that India is producing greatest number of homeopath doctors, meaning to say people are developing great and greater trust in the doctors who treat them. Our great dreamer, a fellow priest, Dr. Augustus Müller, who once brought medicine, homeopathic medicine box to our land and sat under the banyan tree to distribute this medicine to the poor patients. Today that banyan tree has grown. It has grown big and it has been having many branches. Perhaps the original banyan tree is not there, but then homeopathic as well as the whole Father Muller's institutions have grown big, and I thank Dr. Sachidanand for telling us that all over India this has become a brand name. And I thank you, Doctor, for reminding us of our own achievements. Dear neo-doctors, I have great hope in you. The older generation has contributed something. They have offered some legacy for us to carry forward. They have contributed their share of the knowledge for us in that gentle heart of homeopathy. You are young, fired with knowledge. You are young, fired with skills. You are young, fired with good intentions. You are young, fired with tools to do research. And it's my hope that you will excel in all this and contribute something new to the science of homeopathy in the near future. As young doctors, we leave these portals of this great institution with a degree. As we are already reminded, with the 2 letters at the beginning and another 4 at the end. But then you can add many more. You can add many more letters to your name with a greater amount of research. And our institution will feel proud of you. Whenever you achieve something, come and tell us and increase the fund of knowledge of this great institution. Whenever you are called to join the alumni associations, come and share the amount of knowledge that you acquired. Perhaps there's going to be seminars, perhaps there are going to be conferences, and when you are invited, come willingly and share the data that you have collected, your hypothesis and your remedies that you suggest, your papers that you publish. All that will be part of our own heritage, because we are proud that you are our students, and therefore whatever you achieve belongs also to us to feel proud of you. On this day, I want to thank in a special manner to the parents and the guardians of our students for selecting Father Muller's Homeopathic Medical College for their sons and daughters. I'm sure today you feel that you have made no mistake. You have made no mistake. It's really the right choice you have done for your children, for your wards, and they have fulfilled your dream to become a doctor, a homeopathic doctor to heal and comfort. I place on record the hardship and sacrifice that you have made to make your ward to reach this grade. I'm sure you will still support them to go for the post-graduation, and those postgraduates to become renowned homeopaths or many PhDs in the future. And ever remembering our heavenly intercessor, Father Augustus Müller. Young graduates, I have a simple message for you today before you disrobe the fine graduation vestment. This is what the great Chinese philosopher Lao Tse said: watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Your destiny, shaped and molded in these hallowed precincts, is to serve the patients with compassion, heal and comfort them. Go out to the world and bring success to yourself, to your family, to our institution, to the society at large. May God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Now I kindly request Reverend Father Vincent Vinod Saldana, Administrator, Father Muller Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good evening to you all. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. His Excellency Most Reverend Dr. Peter Paul Saldana, Bishop of Mangalore Diocese and President of Father Muller Charitable Institutions, our Chief Guest Dr. Sachidanand, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bengaluru, Reverend Father Richard Coelho, Director, Father Mullah Charitable Institutions, dignitaries on the days, faculty members, invitees, parents, and graduates. With immense joy and gratefulness, I am here to express our sincere gratitude to all of you gathered here. Today, hundreds of graduates receive their homeopathic medical degree, a feather on their cap. Today honors, they are full-fledged doctors. They are professionals. They are the torch-bearers of Muller's legacy. I request you all to give a huge round of applause to them. We raise our hearts and minds in thanking the Almighty God for this auspicious day and for all the blessings He showers on us through His Son Jesus Christ. We glorify Him for these new young budding doctors and say, thank you, Lord. From the depths of my heart, I express my sincere gratitude to our Bishop, Most Reverend Dr. Peter Paul Saldanha, for presiding over this function and for motivating our interns, our graduates, and all of us with his insights. He is an epitome of simplicity and gentleness. Today morning, he has come to homeopathic campus at Deralakatte and celebrated the Thanksgiving Mass, prayed and blessed all of us. Being the president of the Father Mullah Charitable Institutions, he guides the destiny of the institutions. On behalf of all gathered here, I thank you, Your Lordship. Give you a big round of applause. Yes. The graduates who received the certificate today not only make Muller's proud, they also make Rajiv Gandhi University proud. Our chief guest, Dr. Sachidanand, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, has conferred the degree to our graduates. He has availed his time for us and given a thought-provoking message. After assuming the office as Vice Chancellor, he has brought a lot of innovations and he has set up standards in medical education and research. In the welcome speech, you all have heard his profile and achievements. This is for the graduates and our students. You don't require the role models here and there. You have a role model here in medical education and profession. Give a big round of applause to our Vice Chancellor. My heartfelt gratitude goes to our Director, Reverend Father Richard Aloysius Coelho, who takes keen interest in the growth of Homeopathy Medical College with his insights and motivation. Thank you, dear Father, for your support and inspiration. I take this opportunity to thank our Assistant Administrator, Reverend Father Sylvester Vincent Lobo, and all the priests in the management. Permit me to mention their names. Reverend Father Rudolph Ravidesa, Administrator, Father Mullah Medical College Hospital. Reverend Father Ajit Manages, Administrator, Father Mullah Medical College. Reverend Father Roshan Krasta, Administrator, Father Mullah Hospital, Thumbe. Reverend Father Nelson Pais, Assistant Administrator, Father Mullah Medical College Hospital. Reverend Fathers Felix Montero, Reverend Father George D'Souza, Reverend Father Felix Norona, our spiritual directors and counselors, and Reverend Father Peter Norona, former director. Fathers, I thank you immensely for your support and guidance and give them a big round of applause. I thank the members of the governing body of Father Mulla Charitable Institutions for gracing this occasion with their presence and also taking keen interest in the growth of our institution. Thank you all. My heartfelt gratitude goes to all our advisory committee and managing committee members. Dr. J.P. Alwa, Dean of the Medical College, Dr. Sanjeev Rai, Chief of Research, FMRC, Sister Jacinta D'Souza, Principal of College of Nursing, Mrs. Jasmine Weiss, Principal, School of Nursing, Mr. Akhilesh, Principal, Speech and Hearing College, Dr. Uday Kumar, Medical Superintendent of the hospital, Dr. Kiran Shetty, Medical Superintendent of the Tumbe Hospital, Sister Janet D'Souza, Chief of Nursing Services. I thank you all. My sincere thanks goes to our benefactors, sponsors, well-wishers for showing your goodwill towards our institution, Father Mulla Charitable Institutions. On behalf of all gathered here, I say thank you. I thank our print and electronic media friends for conveying our celebrations to the world. You are always with us in promoting homeopathy. Thank you, friends. Give a huge round of applause to our principal, Dr. Shiv Prasad, Dr. Prabhukrishna, Vice Principal, DMS Dr. Girish Navada, heads of all the departments and faculty members throughout the year who toil in imparting the right knowledge to our students, crafting humane in them, and show them the ways to reach the greater heights. Doctors, you prepare them to face future challenges. May God bless you. May God bless all your sacrifices and your families too. Permit me to acknowledge the responsibility taken for this ceremony by Dr. Wilma D'Souza, coordinator of this graduation ceremony, and all the in-charges and members of different committees, prayer song team, MCs of the programs, volunteers, usherers, all technical staff, and the non-teaching staff of Homeopathy Medical College who involved for the success of this program. We remain grateful to you for making this day successful with your intense preparation and hard work. May God bless and give them a round of applause. Dear parents, you selected Father Mullers, and today you are the happier persons because your toil and sweat has brought rich rewards. Your awards are with a graduation cap on their heads, but it is you who made it possible for them with your sacrifices. With your awards, we too say you thanks. I request all the graduates to stand and thank your parents. Turn back and thank your parents. Say thank you. Our special thanks goes to the band team of Father Mulla College of Nursing and to their principal for the support. Dear graduates, once again congratulations. You have made our college proud. 5.5 years. You have 5.5 years you have spent in this campus, in Deralakatte campus, and all through you are molded. One important advice: be humble in your professional practice and dealings. Take the message that is today given to you by the chief guest, our Honorable Vice Chancellor and the President of today's program, our dear Bishop. They already, I said, they are the role models for us. Respect and love your profession, respect and love your passion, and He is there to make wonders through you. May God bless you. Dear students, you are awesome. You are the ambassadors of Father Mullers. You have kept the decorum of today's program with your cheers, smiles, hard work, and achievements. You make Father Muller Homeopathic Medical College and Father Muller Charitable Institutions proud. You make things beautiful. I thank all of you. Once again, on behalf of Father Muller Homeopathy Medical College and Father Muller Charitable Institutions, I thank each and everyone gathered here. Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for your words of gratitude. I kindly request all of you to rise for the institution anthem.
Kindly remain standing. With this, we have come to the end of the graduation ceremony. We now have the recession, beginning with the dignitaries. The dignitaries will be followed by the heads of the department.